Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, book of 1 Chronicles, Chapter 22. Let's get started now. The book of 1 Chronicles Chapter 22 is a continuation of David's preparations for the building of the temple in Jerusalem. In this chapter, David makes arrangements for the construction of the temple and also provides instructions for his son, Solomon, who will eventually succeed him as king. The chapter begins with David gathering his officials together and declaring his intention to build a temple for the Lord. However, he realizes that he is not the one chosen by God to build the temple, and instead it will be his son, Solomon, who will undertake this task. David instructs Solomon to build the temple and to be strong and courageous in the process. He also encourages Solomon to obey God's commands and to walk in his ways. David then sets about making preparations for the temple's construction. He amasses great quantities of gold, silver, bronze, iron, and other materials. He also orders the collection of cedar trees from Lebanon, which were to be used in the temple's construction. David also designates a vast number of workers to be involved in the project, including stonecutters, masons, and carpenters. David then addresses his son, Solomon, directly and provides him with further instructions for the temple's construction. He tells Solomon to be careful in the selection of the craftsmen who will work on the temple, and to ensure that they are skilled and experienced in their respective crafts. He also advises Solomon to have a great reverence for the Lord and to keep his commands. David also provides Solomon with detailed instructions for the design of the temple. He tells Solomon to use the plans given to him by the Lord, and to follow them closely. David emphasizes the importance of the temple as a place of worship and of the Lord's presence, and urges Solomon to build it with care and devotion. Finally, David blesses Solomon and all of the workers who will be involved in the temple's construction. He prays that the Lord will be with them and grant them success in their work, and that his presence will be with them in the completed temple. The teaching application of 1 Chronicles 22 is that God has a plan and purpose for each of us. David desired to build a temple for the Lord, but it was not God's will for him to do so. Instead, God had chosen David's son, Solomon, for this task. David accepted this and did everything he could to ensure that his son would succeed in building the temple. This is a lesson for us to trust in God's plan for our lives, even when it may not align with our own desires or expectations. Additionally, David's attention to detail and preparation for the temple's construction is a model for us to follow in our own work and projects. He did not leave anything to chance, but rather made careful plans and arrangements to ensure that the temple would be built to the best of his ability. This is a reminder for us to approach our own work with diligence, care, and attention to detail. Finally, David's emphasis on the importance of the temple as a place of worship and of the Lord's presence is a reminder for us to prioritize our relationship with God and to seek His presence in our lives. The temple was a physical representation of God's presence among His people, and we too can experience God's presence in our lives when we seek Him with all our hearts. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.